Hello friends, my name is Esaay. I welcome you all to my new channel. IELTS is the biggest international testing system for the students, those who wish to go abroad for their studies, and for those people who wish to migrate to other countries. It's a fact that there are many students who repeatedly take exam and still are unable to get a good band, which is the toughest module in IELTS. From my experience, I understand that writing becomes a bit tough for many students. If a person has a good understanding about grammar and vocabulary, he could speak more impressively. But that is not the case with writing. To write effectively, a person needs to have certain skills and a better understanding about the types of essays and what it demands from the writer. In my first lesson, I will discuss about types of essays in general and how these appear in IELTS. There are mainly 4 types of essays. They are narrative, descriptive, argumentative, and expository essays. Now we will analyze each types in detail and see how these come in IELTS. The first type is narrative essay. Narration means storytelling. So in a narrative essay, the writer has to make a story from his experience or from his imagination or from observation. And this narration can always be a first-person narration. Look at these examples. My memories of childhood and my experience of visiting Europe. In these 2 questions, the writer is just sharing his personal experience. And it has to have an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. And the things are arranged logically so that the reader gets the real picture. Do we have narrative essays in IELTS? No. There are no IELTS essays that demands you to share your personal experience or just make a story. The next type is descriptive essay. In a descriptive essay, the writer is describing a thing, a person, a situation, or a place. And this description can always be general or personal in nature. It needs to have an introduction, body paragraphs, and a conclusion. Look at this example. Describe your favorite teacher. In this question, the writer is describing his teacher from his experience with that teacher. Look at the next question. Describe 7 wonders of the world. In this question, writer has to describe 7 wonders, not necessarily from his experience, it can be from his knowledge also. Do we have descriptive essays in IELTS? Yes, we have plenty of such essays in IELTS. We will just analyze one question. News is the source of information. How much can we trust the journalist? What are their qualities? In this question, the writer has to analyze how a journalist should be and describing a journalist. The third type is argumentative essay. In an argumentative essay, the writer has to generate ideas, bring evidence, and establish his position. And this part is very important. Establish his position means you have to prove your stand. Look at these examples. Should education be free for all students? In this question, the writer can say education can be free or it cannot be free. Whatever the side, he has to bring ideas and prove that side. Are exams very important in schools? In this question, the writer can say exams are very important, or exams are not at all important, or exams are avoidable at some situations, and at some situations these are very important. So whatever the side he chooses, he has to establish his point and bring proper evidences and prove his stand. Do we have IELTS essays that are argumentative in nature? There are plenty of questions that are argumentative in style. We will see one example. People spend a lot of money on various things as they earn more nowadays. Is it positive or negative trend? In this question, the writer can say whether it is positive or negative. Whatever the side, he has to prove that side with proper explanation. In case he fails to prove his idea because of a weak explanation, he fails in the task. Agree, disagree, or to what extent do you agree? Discuss both views. These are all argumentative in type. The fourth category is expository essays. In an expository essay, the writer has to explain something. And the purpose of this explanation is to compare, contrast, or bring out the cause and effect. So look at this example. Explain why students drop the school. So in this question, the writer has to explain the reasons of dropout. Look at this question. Explain the effects of drugs on youth. So in this question, the writer has to bring out different impacts of drugs on youth, and he has to bring these ideas, evaluate, investigate, and give proper explanation for that reasons or causes. Do we have expository essays in IELTS? Yes, of course, we have plenty of such questions in IELTS. We will just analyze one question. Many people migrate to cities nowadays. Why is this case? What are the solutions? So in this question, the writer has to find out the reasons of migration and find out the solutions and explain the ideas with proper explanations. So dear friends, I hope you understand my video. To write effectively, you should be having some knowledge about the topic that is given in IELTS. I remind you one important thing. Your imagination has no place in writing IELTS essays. I will be explaining each category in more detail in upcoming videos. If you like my video, please share and subscribe it.